since August draft and September 11th, week 1. Everything has been leading up to this, the battle for the belt, and the 2016 playoffs. Let's meet our 4 competitors in the 2016 Andy Coppins Dumper Bowl. A perennial winner, finding himself on the wrong side of the tracks, looking to hope that his first gold isn't the dumper. The current active league's highest winning percentage finds himself taking a big hit as he too looking to fight for the dumper and hope his first gold isn't it. This man lives for this moment, as it is called the Andy Coppins Dumper Bowl, as he finds himself 1 win away from bringing back to it for a 5th time. For 2 years in the winner's bracket, and now looking to hold off and become a Barron's combo of winning the dumper and keeping it on the wrong side of the bed. These 4 and their prize, a golden toilet, a trip to the Andy Coppins Dumper Bowl awaits the losers. And not only do you gain immortality as being known as a dumper winner, but it'll forever haunt you in your fantasy legacy. 5 people have put their name to the belt, and now 6 more look to claim immortality. Champions will always be champions, and here they lie in the Hall of Champions. 2009 champion 4th seed JB over 2 seed Eric 192 to 163. 2010's champion 3 seed John versus 1 seed over 1 seed Bob 204 to 118. 2011 champion 3 seed Troy 211.52 over 1 seed Travis 175.38. 2012 the 5th seed Sam J over the 3 seed John 194 to 136.06. 2013 1 seed Jenny 121.14 over 2 seed Carol 102.68. Picking up the 2nd champion in 2014 4 seed JB 133.58 over 3 seed Sam B 131.46. And becoming a 3-time world champion in 2015 1 seed JB 188.52 over 3 seed Kyle 84.1. Everybody wants the belt, but only one can have it. Let's take a look at the 2016 championship bracket. After nearly losing in 2013 and winning the consolation championship, Kara is back to take the gold. Looking to do something that her husband has never done, Dana is looking to bring home the Hardy's first gold. Mr. 500 broke through last year with a 2nd place finish and is now poised to try to make a run to finish what he couldn't do last year. Looking to take off where JB is starting, Sam J is on the quest to become the 2-time world champion. Mr. Woulda Coulda Shoulda is looking to break out from fantasy playoff hell and regain the trophy of the belt and bring it home. For the 2nd straight year, they're all chasing the 3-time world champion, looking to make it 4-time, and back-to-back champion. The quest for Figaro begins today. Pretty cool intro, huh? I'm quite proud of myself on that one. I may have peaked. That's it. I didn't think any videos could get better. Somehow I made it. Now, for sure, it's never getting better. Before we really roll in, I know you're excited. I got all hyped up. Let's take a look how we got there. One more week, week 13. Here is the week 13 review. Here's our week 13 review. And a much needed win. 3-time world champion blows away. Hashtag Tony Romo's dad, man, to clinch the number 1 seed and the first round bye. Kyle just couldn't do it at the end. His team didn't show up, and Jordan Howard, the Bears of all people, came through big. This series is now tied 7 apiece. Interesting fact, if Come At Me Bro had played Andrew Luck Monday night and not Carson Wentz, Tim Curtin would have been Monday nighted again for like the third time this season. But, doesn't happen. Another week 13 come behind short. I think it was the Colts too last time. Last time it was Dante Moncrief. This year it was not playing Andrew Luck. So Tim Curtin gets a first round bye, while Come At Me Bro falls 4-9, and Eric leads the series 8-3. Sometimes it's all about pride, and that's all the Ants had in this one, improving to 5-8, defeating Ambulance Bay and knocking her out of the playoffs. Bob played the spoilers, and it worked. It's kind of heart-wrenching. This series is tied 5 apiece. In what would have been a classic battle in the championship bracket, where any time these two would have been championship caliber teams, we saw a fight for a first round bye in the consolation bracket. Motive Urine being the victor, proving the 6-7, defeating Glorious Domination, throwing him into the 4-way Fatal 4 Elimination Chamber match for the Dumper, and being in next week's Andy Coppin's Dumper Bowl. John leads the series 9-3. Well, the worst thing could have happened. Sam J, you were to help us out and take out Dana and get her out of the playoffs. But the Dingo AJ Collar was just not enough. As Epic Tailspin, who, mind you, she started off with Google Dog, went 4-0, changed her name to Google Bills, went 0-6, and then put her name back to Epic Tailspin, and now went 3-0. The most dangerous team to enter the playoffs for sure has to be a favorite to take it all. Dana leads the series 4-0. Suns Out Guns Out ends the season on a positive note, proving to 4-9 by defeating the team in the North. It has struggled to collect wins all year, especially when you're jockeying for a playoff position. The series is tied 2 apiece. Folks, I'm so excited. It's time. This is what we really hope for. All your waiver mistakes and poor drafting and watching Monday Night Football as your team gets crushed, and realizing that the third string running back is going to bogart all the first string running back because Bill Belichick is that type of coach. All that frustration all year, and now here it is, 3 weeks left to go. It's time to take a look. Let's take a look at our playoff matchups for week 1. Here are your 2016 playoffs. As always, the championship bracket we start with. Getting the first round buys, the 1 seed, 3-time world champion. He's got the inside track to being the 4-time world champion. And the 2 seed, the Tin Curtain. It's a little upsetting that we won't meet in Playoff Mania 3, Eric, but nonetheless, you do need this bye, or else you would have been an early exit. Now you'll just be a mid-round exit. We start off with the 3 seed, the Dingo 8J Cutler, taking on the 6 seed, the team in the North. Dingo has a 10-point advantage going into this. Kara leads the series 5-1. This is the first overall playoff meeting between Sam J and Kara. The person that no one wants to see in the playoffs made the playoffs. The 5th seed, Epic Tailspin, takes on the 4th seed, hashtag Tony Romo's dad, man. Yeah, that's a 36-point advantage going into this. Dana, who is officially the winner of the Johnny Moxon scoring trophy, is probably the most dangerous threat to take out me in this thing. Kyle leads the series 2-0, and this is the first time they've met in the playoffs as well. Now let's take a look at the consolation bracket. The most important two in this bracket are the first round buys, because you are guaranteed not to play for the Dumper. So congratulations, yay. Those honors going to 7th seed Motive Urine and 8th seed Ambulance Bay. We just couldn't pull one off at the end there, and John in the bottom, an unusual sight. The 11th seed, Come At Me Bro, a 1-point favorite over the 10th seed, Glorious Domination. But we all know that isn't really a big deal because Travis does lead this series 10-1, and Travis does have a 1-game playoff. So, you know, Travis isn't first forward into the bottom, but it's unusual to see him this far down again, consistent after he's been a top performer. Can Andy avoid going to the Andy Coppins Bowl for a 5th straight year? Another perennial that is down in the bottom, the 9th seed, the Aints, taking on 12th seed Suns Out, Guns Out. It's a 24-point advantage for Bob, who it's a very unfamiliar area. You got John, Bob, and Travis all in the bottom, and Sam B too, who's usually in the top, and now forced foray into the dumper chaos. Sam B does lead the series 3-1 with a 1-0 playoff advantage. Since I missed a week of the video due to the Thursday night matchup, I am one person left for fantasy profile. So here it is, your fantasy profile. Here is our final fantasy profile. It is Travis, who is first currently, second overall. Travis's regular season record is 62-45-1 with a 0.579 overall record. He's 8-8 in the playoffs, never been able to really break through there at a 500. Overall, 70-53-1 at a .569 win percentage. Travis holds many records, like most regular season wins at 62, most overall wins at 70, and most games played at 124. Well, he does hold all these records. Records are always meant to be broken. And Eric is on his trail, as Eric is only 1 regular season game behind, 2 overall wins behind, and Kyle is 1 overall game played away from matching that record. When you look at the top third of Travis's victories, you can see they're all coming against 3 people. Andy's a 10-1 record, by far the most explosive, dominant series, the Travis versus Andy. Bob at 8-2, and then Sam J at 6-3. Right there, 24 of his wins against just 3 competitors. When you look at the bottom half, the 3 teams that have that he does not have a winning record against, they hold a third of his losses, 15 there. Katie at 3-4, Sam B at 1-3, and then the most surprising is what we would consider the premier matchup, because they're always in the top of the brackets and they're always fighting for the championship. John does have the dominant edge at 3-9. So there you go. We're all excited. We're all revved up. It is playoff time. 4 of you are going for that beautiful gold toilet, and 6 of us going for this, and it's going to stay here for yet another year, holding on to it with all my might. Next week, as you all know, Playoff Mania 3, so I encourage you to think of Smack Talk, start thinking of who you're going to fight, start writing some stuff down, some rules, guidelines, 30 to 40, up to 45 seconds. It can be less, can be, but 45 seconds is the max. You can text it, email it, put it, voicemail it, however you want. If you want me to read it, or if you want to leave it on a voice message and I just play the video, the voiceover, kudos to you. But I highly encourage, this is Playoff Mania 3. Let's get everybody to participate this year and really make it a big Smack Talk. So I'll send them a text reminder next week after the first round of the playoffs. But there you go. All ready to go. Playoffs are set. Everyone's excited. I'm going to leave you with my usual see you on the fantasy gridiron, but I won't, because I got a first round bye because I'm the number 1 seed. So I won't see you this week. But don't worry. Whoever I'm playing, it won't be Sam J. So it'll be either Kyle, Dana, or Kara. Praying to God it's not Dana. But I will see you next week in Playoff Mania 3 Smack Talk on the Fantasy Gridiron.